Hello everybody, the Chris of Games here, and I am going to teach you how to nation states. So, we already have a nation called Christos, but that is okay because we're just going to make a dummy one for this how-to video. Alright, so when you first go on the website nationstates.net, you will be met with this page. So, to create a nation, you can click up here or up here, and it will go to the next page where you start building your nation. So here we go. Gonna build a new nation. So, nation states has three bars, you could say, that determine what category your nation is in. And technically they don't have any effect on the game. It's like, whose line is it anyway? Everything is made up and the points do not really matter. So if you choose any of these, you can see that the bars here will move. Personal, economic, and political freedom. Those are what those bars represent. We're just gonna go ahead and do anarchic, where everyone has personal freedom, economic freedom, and political freedom. I guess that's good. So after that, there are some questions that it will have you answer that will affect those bars as well. We are just gonna go through it. So first question, a country should be judged by how it treats its worst off citizen. We'll just say I agree. Next up, question 2, corporations are good for society. We are gonna just say agree. See if we change it to other options, it will change some things. There are stats to this game as well. As you can see here, these are the stats. Question 3, marijuana should be legal. Let's go ahead and say strongly agree. Question 4, the world needs to rediscover its spirituality. What are we gonna choose? We are gonna choose disagree or agree. I don't know. Question 5, young people should perform a year's compulsory military service. I will disagree. Question 6, capitalism is on the way out. We will agree. Oh, no, we'll disagree. Question 7, without democracy, a country has nothing. I will agree. And then the last question, question 8, it's better to deter criminals than rehabilitate them. I will disagree. All right, and then finally, we get to choose the history of our nation. This is just, it affects the stats, so we'll just go over each history. We have violent segregationists clamored for a right to secede from unrepresentative majority using petitions, speeches, letter campaign, automatic weapons. Then we have recently discovered undiscovered tribe live contently in self-contained universe until discovery that actual universe larger than 10 by 12 miles. Sackers and salvagers, simple-minded barbarians met advanced scholarly empire. Barbarians sacked empire for shiny things. Then we have like-minded isolationists, desperate peoples drawn together by common urge to escape homeland, oppression, debts, outstanding warrants. And then we have plucky, malnourished pioneers. Brave, decreasingly well-financed explorers traveled across the globe in search of virgin lands. Upon finding them, declined to notify homeland. Then we have ethnic cleansing refugees, fled bloodthirsty regime bent on extermination, now shaken and stirred. Next we have diplomatic homeland wranglers, made persuasive case for world superpower to annex territory on their behalf. Then we have civil bloodbath survivors, slightly stunned remnants of nation-shattering internal conflict over issues which remain unclear. And then long-suffering but still optimistic pilgrims, departed godless homeland to found new spiritual paradise on earth, some decades lost after following wild-eyed man into desert. So we're just going to choose the last one. We click and we go to next, and it will bring you to this page. Exciting. This is where you name your country, its classification, and you get to choose a temporary flag. You get to name the currency, the national animal, and the motto. So you can randomize the name just by clicking this dice. You can randomize the classification, the flag, the currency, the national animal, and the motto. And it'll give you pre-made names, mottos, and currency and all that stuff. Or you could name it yourself. I'm just going to do Christos How To. There you go. And then classification, we're going to randomize like so. The game is spazzing out. We are going to be the jingoistic states of Christos How To. Okay. And then let's randomize the flag. And it's going to be Guatemala. Okay. We're going to randomize the currency. Actually, no. We're gonna name it. So the currency for Christos is the dollar mark, if I can spell it correctly. And there we go. And then the national animal, we're just gonna choose the national animal for Christos, which is the dog. And then the motto, we will just randomize, and it'll be "You can't stop progress." There you go. So we will be able to change the flag, but for right now, like I said, this is a temporary flag. And then down here, you put your email and password so you can protect your nation, and then you can create your nation. So I'll put in my email and password, and I will see you in the next screen after you create a nation. All right, so here is the jingoistic states of Christos How To. Here is what you will see when you first create your nation. The first thing you want to do is go into telegrams. We have a nice letter right here, a note to the leader saying congratulations from Max Berry, the creator of NationStates. And if you go right here to preferences, you can allow some or all telegrams to come to you. I'm going to go ahead and just block everything, because when you first create your nation, you're going to be bombarded with telegrams from multiple regions. So I'm going to update this filter, and there we go. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to settings up here. And this is where we can change the information about our nation. So if you see right here, there's another option, the demonym of a nation. So basically what we call the citizen. So if we click here on this question mark, you will see that this option expands, and it'll give you an example of how the name goes. So like America is American or Americans. Like British is like British. So that's what this is. And then there are some unlockable things that will happen when your population reaches a certain number of citizens, as you see here. So as of right now, your citizen population will always increase, as there is no way as of right now that your citizen population can decline. So eventually you will reach these milestones and get to choose a capital city, a leader, and a national religion. If you don't want to choose a leader or a national religion or capital city, you don't need to. So when you reach that, it'll send you a telegram. You can ignore it and it won't fill up, but it will be available in the settings where you can change it later. Unfortunately, when you do put something, you can't leave it blank. So keep that in mind. So next up, this is where we can change the flags. So I can choose a flag of any other country, like so. And I could add a ripple effect. So basically if it was crumpled up, like so. Or I can create a flag right here. If you click this and you choose a file right here, I am going to choose a flag that I downloaded right here. You can also add a ripple or not. I'm not going to add a ripple. Some people say not adding the ripple makes the flag look better. And then you just hit submit flag and it will change the flag. So that's how you change the temporary flag to a custom flag you made. So next up we have national banner. You can click right here, or you can click up here on the front page of your nation, and you can turn on or off what banners you want to show up. So banners happen when you reach a certain criteria. So I know I said issues are like points that don't matter. Well, they technically do matter, but also don't matter, because answering issues could get you these banners by influencing the freedoms of your nation. All right, moving on. We have a throttle for issues, how long between you get new issues. The ideal is no throttle. And then we can require confirmation before passing legislation. If you click this question mark, it'll tell you what it means. So after you select an issue option, ask for confirmation before passing any legislation. And then we have vacation mode, which means nations in vacation mode don't receive new issues and won't cease to exist unless they're inactive for 60 days instead of 28 days. So if you don't log on to your nation and you don't have this checked off, 28 days later, your nation will cease to exist on NationStates. Next up, show more stats. If you click here, when answering an issue, display before and after values in recent trends as well as percentages. Basically, more stats. And then no cards. Don't receive trading cards when answering issues. So this game does have trading cards, which is a game mechanic that it has. And then finally, we can choose to log in automatically. We can also set the preferences for telegrams here, and then notices as well for the subscription right here. The notices, it'll tell you things that happened. It's like a notification bell. That's what it is. Okay, so for this theme, you can actually choose what kind of theme the screen will be. So it's right now a rift, which is default. If I choose dark and update, it'll turn it dark. If I choose antiquity, boom, it changed the theme. And then we have liberal nation states. If we choose conservative nation states, a trustworthy nation simulator. But for right now, I do like using the dark mode. So there you go. So that is the settings you will choose when you hit settings. Okay, again, here are the freedoms. Next up is the World Assembly. So when you join nation states, you can apply to join the World Assembly. You can only have one nation join the World Assembly, so I can't join it because Christos is already part of the World Assembly, and the servers will know if you have more than one nation in the World Assembly. So the World Assembly, by the way, is the world's governing body. Membership is voluntary, but all member nations must abide by legislation it passes. So you can vote on issues or legislation in the General Assembly or the Security Council. Okay, next up is fact books. Fact books, you basically can add a new fact book. You can either do a fact book or an account dispatch, bulletin dispatch, or meta, you'll have a category that you can choose from, and then you just type in whatever you want, and then you press post, and boom, you have a fact book. And I also got to notice that I have unlocked a banner. Some climbing required. Write a fact book. So you could say banners are like achievements. All right, next up, policy. These are the policies that you've chosen. These are affected by the issues you choose. Then we have people. This is also affected by the issues that you choose. Again, the population doesn't decline, but this will change. Then we have government, also affected by the issues. This will change as well. Economy, this will change as well. And then you have rank, and then trends. So the trends show the freedoms of your nation, and it will affect this right here. So right now we're a civil rights love fest. There are other names that we can get depending on the freedoms or the level of freedoms these are. And then rank is basically rank of the world, what your nation stands on a certain issue like social conservatism in the world, and then the region. And then finally, there is a trading card mechanic. You can gain cards by answering issues, and then you can also view your own card. Unfortunately, I don't have card because season 4 started in December 31st, 2024. So no card was made for Christos How To. You can check out the marketplace to see what cards are up for auction. And that is this bar. Okay, the next game mechanic in this game is joining a region. Currently, we are in a feeder region where new nations are founded. We are in the East Pacific. If you want to leave the region, you can. You just scroll down to right here, tired of life in the Pacific, click right here, and it will lead you to change region. So you can look up other regions and join them, or found your own. Also, if you know a region that you want to join, just go ahead and write their name in the world right here. Type in a name or region. Let's do the North Pacific. Click that, and we are at the North Pacific. And if we scroll down, we can move Christos How To the North Pacific, just like that, and now we are in the North Pacific. So that is how you join and change regions. Next up is answering issues, the lifeblood of nation states. So as you can see, there are issues here. There's a max of 5 issues that you can have, and it takes about a few minutes for issues to replenish when you answer them. And you know how to answer them. Just go watch the Christos Nation States videos on my channel. And then if you want to do more on nation states, this is a simulation game. So most things are done in the forums, and you can basically just have to roleplay. This is basically what this game is. So you can go to each forum, talk with people, converse with people, do some sports if you want to, or just general have fun. That's what this game is all about. So lastly, if you want to support the game and get a badge, I don't have a badge, but if we search up Christos, I'll show you the badges I have right here. You can gain badges by being in the top 5%, top 1% in certain things. That's basically determined by issues that you make and determined by the stats as well. But these are the badges So you can get a badge by supporting. If you go here to the store, you can get badges here. You can also get telegram stamps. This is mostly for regions and people in government positions in regions. But yeah, this is a more advanced thing. Right now I'm just doing a basic how-to nation states. So yeah, if you get this supporter, it'll remove ads. As you see, there are ads that pop up on screen. You get a supporter trophy for your nation page. Trading cards deck capacity is doubled. It lasts forever. You get to permanently reserve your nation name, and you gain the warm fuzzy feeling of supporting nation states, which I did with Christos. So I believe that's all the basic things on how to nation states that I've went over. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. Go take a look at the nation I made in nation states, the great nation of Christos. And with that, I'll leave things here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, hit that like button, subscribe for more awesome content, and I'll see you in the next video. The Chris of Games out.